Yeah, alright. This is probably the last video I'll be doing, in a little while. I said that before, but whatever. I just dropped a couple more. I mean, I just want to, kind of fill up my YouTube thing a little bit because I don't know, whatever, why not? Yeah, I know some people like to say, first of all, I want to start off by saying, like, there's, Christians out there that there's a lot of people out there saying a lot of stuff. I mean, I can go stand in the the hypothetical garage and say I'm a car all I want to. I could go take a stroll in the backyard and post up and say I'm a tree. I'm no more a tree than that window. I'm no more a car than that lamp, dude. You know, a lot of people walking around pretending to be a lot of things that they're really not. And you know where I'm at, I'm just really, I'm trying to have a relationship with God. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm some, you know, anything more than what I am. I'm gonna play my position. I'm gonna play my part, and you know, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm just having a relationship with God, and you know, but anyways, I just want to say that God does not hate gay people. I don't hate gay people. I thought, I mean, I think I mentioned something in my last video. No. It was a post I did on Instagram, But I just, God does not hate gay people, man. He doesn't hate gay people. He loves gay people just like he loves me. But you know what? Homosexuality is a sin. And this country likes to promote that sin. And what they need to do is understand that. First of all, I want to start off by saying I'm a sinner too. I'm not gay, okay, but I sin, and God looks down on my sin as much as He looks down on homosexuality, which is a sin. But homosexuality, what makes it hard, you know, especially in this country, is they embrace it. Like, you can't even, try to help somebody out and say, hey, look, I say this with love. I don't say it to, you know, but what you're doing is it's a sin and it needs to be taken care of, and the only way you could take care of that is through God will help you out. That's all. As long as you're walking up to somebody and your motive is love and not hatred and not being judgmental, you know then there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're walking up to somebody and saying, God does and God hates fat, whatever. I'm just saying, like, people say that. People that call themselves, people say God hates fags, quote unquote. You know, um, he doesn't. He loves everybody, man. Um, you know, uh, it is what it is. I mean, he wants to help you break free from your sin, if that's what you are, if you're gay or whatever, or bisexual or whatever, just like he wants to help me get rid of my sin. you know I mean, there's sins that I struggle with. I mean, you might struggle with one thing, and that guy over there is gay, and so is that girl, and these people over here are doing something weird, and I'm doing something weird, and we're all sinners, man. We all need help. But the thing is about homosexuality is this country, like, you can't even, you know, I mean, it's crazy, man. Like, they call it civil rights. No, it's not, man. Martin Luther King, what he did back in the '60s, that was civil rights. Okay, this is an agenda, man, and it's not gonna end here. Watch. Homosexuality is going to turn into pedophilia. Oh yeah, eventually pedophilia is going to be labeled as love. Why not? If Grandpa George can convince your 12-year-old daughter or granddaughter, or grandma, whoever, because girls do it too, not as much, but it's more of a guy thing. But if some old person can convince your 12-year-old, whether it's a son or a daughter, that he or she's in, that they're in love, really, love is love, right? That's just the way it is. That's where it's going, man. It's not going to end at gay marriage. It's going to snowball into other stuff. There are people out here trying to pervert the minds of these people. I mean, they are trying to get your mind so reprobate and watered down, and your conscience so seared that you are willing to embrace every abominable thing coming off the prairie, everything but God himself. As a matter of fact, they are going to they are just perverting your conscience so much that you'll be embracing the devil, and you'll think that and that you will be embracing the devil, and you're gonna be thinking that you're doing God a favor. Really, like your conscience, they're just watering stuff down so much, man. Like, good, light is dark and dark is light. Good, good is bad and bad is good. All this stuff. I mean, homosexuality, God doesn't hate you, but he doesn't, you know, it's a sin. Just like if I were to, drop the F-bomb or whatever, that's a sin. It's a sin. It's a sin. And the sex drive is nasty. Like it's the second strongest drive known to man. So, you know, it's I mean, I've never been addicted to sex, but I have a daughter, and I'm, whatever, you know. I mean, obviously, I know what it feels like to have sex, and, hey, whatever, I mean, but it's outside of the confines of marriage, you know, in marriage being between a man and a woman, which is in the book of Genesis, and it's also in the first chapter of Romans, Romans, which I'm about to read right here, you know, um, you know, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's a sin, and um, uh, sex outside of marriage is a sin. Anything that goes against the word of God is a sin. Period. It doesn't matter how much you like it, love it, don't like it, whatever, agree with it or don't agree with it, but that wall is still that wall is still white. This is still a Carolina Panthers hat. This is still a charcoal or whatever you want to call it t-shirt. I mean, this carpet, that's still a brown carpet. You're not going to change something from what it is just because you like it or don't like it. You can sit there and deny it all you want to, but at the end of the day, 2 and 2 is always going to equal 4. It's never going to equal 5 or 3. I mean, it's that easy. It's that simple. And a man cannot make a baby with a man. A woman cannot make a baby with a woman. It's not natural. It goes against the laws of nature. I mean, if it was natural, then why do gay people have to adopt kids? Why not just have your own babies, man? Because you can't. Why can't you though? Because it's not natural. And anything that's not natural, as far as like natural, like it's not from God, man. I mean, that's in the book of Genesis, man. God made man. God made, men and women to get married first and then have families. We're supposed to, create babies and populate the earth. 2 men can't do that, neither can 2 women. But today's society, they make you feel so comfortable in your sin that it's so hard to get away from, because who doesn't want to be comfortable? Really, who doesn't want to be comfortable? It's kind of like, and when I use this analogy, I'm not talking just about homosexuals. I'm talking about every sinner out there, including myself, man. I mean, like, it's kind of like giving an alcoholic a drink. The alcoholic really, 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 really needs to quit. Because if that alcoholic doesn't quit, that alcoholic's really gonna like really probably die one. I mean, the alcoholic is already in deep trouble, but they're an alcoholic, so they don't. I mean, really, they're just. But you keep giving this alcoholic a drink. Why? What's the incentive to quit? What's the motive? They're getting what they want. The same thing with society. Like, we have this, if it feels good, do it. If it doesn't, don't type of mentality. Like, it doesn't matter if it's natural, as long as, if you feel like a girl, then you must be a girl. Then go get a sex change. Who cares, right? I mean, if, I was on Facebook, like, not too long ago, and they had an option that said other, male, female, other, whatever. And you know, anyways, I'm gonna read Romans 1, because wow, I gotta end this. I gotta end this video. Hang on.